What's up guys, it's Grant, and today I'm going to show you guys how to do the palm spin behind the back.
Baby, hit it.
What's up guys, it's Grant. So as I said, today I'm going to show you guys how to do the palm spin behind the back. Now, I actually had this in my tournament form or my tournament kata when I was younger, probably around, I want to say maybe 12 years old or so, but I haven't really done it a lot in recent times, so I'm not super good at it as of right now, but I will show you guys how to do the move, and then hopefully you guys can do it better than I can. So I already posted a tutorial video on how to do the regular palm spin. If you guys haven't seen that, go check that out on my channel. I'll try my best to remember to put that link in the description down below so you guys can watch that first, because of course you're gonna need to know the regular palm spin before you go into the behind the back palm spin. So if you haven't watched that video, go watch that right now and then come back to this point in the video. So to start out the move, personally, I like to go just from my right hand. As we talked about in the palm spin video, I believe there's a bunch of different ways to go into a palm spin, and also it kind of depends on which hand you're going into, but this is the way that I did it in my actual tournament form, so that's the way that I'm going to show you guys it today. So I like to just start in about the center of the bow, where I'm holding it just like this, and if you remember, we just do our normal palm spin, where you spin it close to above the head, or as close as you can to right above the center line of your head, and I just spin it this way normally like that. So that's the start of the move, of course, and then what we do from that is we transition from that to behind our back, of course. So once you get super good at this move, you won't really have to do anything with your hand, and I'll show you guys kind of what I mean in a second. You'll be able to keep the bow just spinning the entire time and keeping your hand flat enough so that it keeps moving until you bring it all the way behind your back. So you kind of have to have a flexible arm to do this. And then when you're bending over, you're basically bending over flat. So the same principle as how this has to be flat when it's above your head, it's the same thing behind the back. So you have to be flat when you bend over. That way your hand can be flat when it's behind the back, or at least very close to it. So as I said, if you get it smooth, it'll go right from here. You can just keep going and going and going, and then it'll keep moving behind your back. Of course, you want to make that speed faster because you don't want the spins to be that slow, but I'm just showing you guys how to do it. So as I was mentioning, the other explanation thing is a lot of times you won't get that speed right away. So a lot of times when you're doing tricks in the tournament, they may not go exactly as you plan, and sometimes you kind of have to improvise or do certain things to make the trick still look good. And this was one of those cases for me because, as I said, I was still, pretty young when I did this move, and I wasn't obviously, crazy good at it yet. I was just decent with it. So a lot of times when I'd go to do this part, I wouldn't be able to keep the bow spinning so that it stayed flat, and it would go really slow. So what I did is, as it kind of came down, I would basically kind of like grab it for a second almost, and kind of just with my thumb really, to give it that extra push, to give it the more momentum to keep spinning. So a lot of times that's what you'll have to do, especially if you're just starting out learning how to do this move. A lot of times you will have to give it that extra push to go around. So that's going to be one thing you have to focus on. And again, as I just talked about, the flexibility for this is super important, right? If you want to get this move down perfectly and have it so it stays flat on your hand the entire time, you really have to be flexible with that arm because it's a super awkward position. You're basically putting it up like this, then twisting your arm flat all the way till it's around the back. So if you don't have flexible arms, I'd recommend stretching before you do this move because it's going to be really hard to do it if you don't have flexible arms. If you already do have flexible arms, then there you go. Go ahead and try this move. It is a hard move. So I'm not going to lie, this isn't one of the easier tricks. This is one of the more advanced tricks because you're basically putting I'd say, maybe a bit above beginner. I'd say maybe probably closer to intermediate trick in the palm spin. And you're making it a lot harder to do that. So of course it's going to be advanced because you're doing it, and then you're doing it in a way that is a lot trickier, and the transition, as we've talked about between them, is really hard. So guys, that's basically how you do the move. Again, normal palm spin, spinning this way, and then you keep it going. Palm stays flat all the way till it's behind the back, spinning it behind the back. And then I didn't mention this actually, but once it's done spinning the amount you want, because you don't want to be waiting there for too long, you can simply just grab the bow when it comes to the flat spot like this, and then bring it out in front of you, and of course go to whatever you want if you're doing a form or a kata or something like that. But guys, that's basically it for the video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. As always, if you have any questions about this move, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, or send me a message on any of my forms of social media. They're always in the description below. But that's it guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.